Hello, this is Archie Dunlop from archiedunlop.com on Monday, May the 31st, 2010. I remember in the early 90s I did a rather strange chart reading. Someone came to see me. They were very undemanding. He didn't want to know anything about the future. He just listened to my views on his personality, and after about 45 minutes he paid me and left. One thing I do remember about this reading was that he had an aspect between Mars and Neptune in his horoscope, and when I saw this aspect I told him that there might be some association with sleaze, because in my experience Mars-Neptune can be a very sleazy contact. Now, you might think that I'm betraying a client confidence here, even though I'm not telling you his name, I'm not giving you any major details about what he did or anything like that. However, in this case I think it's okay to tell you about this chart reading, because not long after I had the reading was described in a national newspaper. The newspaper was sending people out to check out what kind of things astrologers were saying. Now, he was kind of complimentary, although he did describe me as a small Mr. Bean-like figure, even though I'm 6'1". Though he did also say that I got the sleaze bit right. He was working on a project which had the word sleaze in its name. Now, Mars-Neptune and sleaze is a bit of an issue this week, because this week there is a stressful 180-degree aspect between Mars in Leo and Neptune in Aquarius. Now, this aspect is potentially dangerous. It could attract us towards things that are rather unusual, but which are also dangerous, even criminal. So if you're listening to me, and I hope you are, watch out. There are going to be some major temptations coming your way, and it's essential that these temptations are resisted. Now, Neptune is not just a planet that's connected with things that are sleazy, it's also connected with oil, and right at the beginning of a week the planet Neptune comes to a standstill from the Earth's point of view, and I've just been reading that so far the attempts to cap the spilling oil well by BP, this thing that's polluting the southern coast of America, but it's been unsuccessful. And it's really not surprising when Neptune has come to a standstill, this planet of oil, which is also sometimes associated with contamination, and of course Mars is aspecting Neptune. So I suspect that over the next few days this oil spill is going to cause a lot of aggravation, and that aggravation is going to have many dimensions, including a political dimension. So Obama is really going to have to get his act together. Now, what else is going on this week? Well, Jupiter is moving through the last degree of Pisces, and in the last degree of Pisces there is a star called Skeet, and Skeet is not a particularly fortunate influence. It's often associated with shipwrecks and disaster, and this kind of echoes what I've just said about Mars and Neptune. But I think all of us have to be careful about any activity connected with the water, whether it's sailing the Atlantic or trying to fix our washing machine. Now, finally, right at the end of a week, on Sunday, the planet Jupiter moves into Aries. Now, I think on balance this is good news. Jupiter is usually a very fortunate energy, and when it's in Aries it's going to act in a way that's rather bold, and if we see an opportunity coming our way at the end of a week, well, in fact, Jupiter doesn't go into Aries until right at the end of the week. That's Sunday. Then it spends the whole of the summer in Aries. And I think over summer, those of us that are prepared to take the initiative can be very successful. Anyway, that's the week. I think it could be quite a difficult week, but right at the end there are going to be some new opportunities that will become more apparent as the summer progresses. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and remember, the archiedunlop.com website is updated all the time, so keep visiting.